We full on audit. I'm like, look, it's like a diagnostic of the business. We open up the hood, we pick it apart. We write businesses like a formal business report. It's everything we find that's wrong. I say all of the areas of opportunities for them to grow, and then basically work with them over the length of time to make those changes happen.
Okay, we're here in Vegas at the Med Spa Show 2026. And this one is a special one because it's been a minute since I've sat down with my good friend and absolute industry final boss, Terri Ross. Hi, Terri.
Hi, honey. What's up?
I'm so glad that we're getting. One of the things I love about doing this podcast is I get a chance to catch up.
I know.
I used to write down questions that I was going to ask in advance, and now I don't. I just sit down. Sometimes I make new friends, or I sit down with very good old friends like yourself, and I just want to catch up. And you're doing so much these days. I see you really blowing up, and I want to hear about that. So this is just you and me catching up in real time.
I love it.
How you been?
I've been good. We go back so long. I mean, I almost feel like it's been like, how long? Jeez.
15
don't age
or so
ourselves.
years.
15 years.
Yeah, we are aging ourselves. But before, I think, and I don't want to speak for you, but I think it was one of your first clients as a consultant when you went out on your own, stepped out on your own as a consultant, right? That we did the marketing for?
Did. Yeah, you did. Well,
we built the website.
You built my first.
But you and I worked very closely on that. Came out for the photo shoot, and that's how I first met you in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, absolutely. God, that was like
2010, 11.
Yeah,
2011. Yeah, so about 15 years ago.
Right. Look at us now. Look at us now. And you guys too, like your booth, everything you guys are doing, your new launch. I mean, I'm so happy and proud of you guys.
Thank you, Terri. I appreciate that. Also, by the way, I'm really excited about this shirt that I got yesterday.
Oh, we should be sporting the shirt.
I should be wearing it, but I'm definitely going to be wearing it, making some content. What does it say again?
It said, "Who's the
boss?"
Terri Ross.
I saw. Is it Kat from Boulevard?
Yes.
Did she make them?
She did. Do you want to know how this all came about?
That's what I'm wondering.
Okay,
I just saw her with a handful of them. I'm like, please, do you have a size medium? I want it right now.
Okay, this is how it all started.
Okay.
And there's a video on my Instagram. You have to check it out. There's a woman who's an attorney in San Francisco, and she has a billboard, on the and it says, "Got something wrong? Call Anne Fong." And
it's like the classic billboards.
And she was like a diehard for her, and I was like, well, wait a minute. And then at the last For Us, Kat was just like, "Who's the boss? Terri Ross." And it was a whole thing. And now I'm like, this is a catchy tune. I love it.
I love it.
So we just dropped the shirts.
Merch drop one, and I got in on it.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
honored.
It's my new revenue stream, I think.
Okay, I agree. Yes.
You know what you think?
And I promise you, here's a promise I'll make to you. I will be wearing that in Boston.
Will you please?
At ASAP's,
yes,
at the aesthetic meeting.
Yes. All right, we got to sport it, right?
Yes,
I think it's a catchy thing. I know, I'm excited.
Okay, good. So, like I said, I see you doing a lot. I feel like you're like taking over the industry, and you've always been a force within the industry. Genuinely, truly mean that. I think everybody knows that, but it feels like there's like a lot bubbling, like a new rate of change happening with the things you're cooking up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Max, so much. I mean, look, you and I go way back, and I always have a passion for the business of aesthetics, and grateful to be lecturing everywhere at these conferences. But after Apex was acquired by Engage, went back on my own about 2 years ago, and it's just taken off like literally to the next level. And I'm just bringing on team to help me get to the next level. Cool. So got a new COO, a new VP of sales, a new CMO, and heavy hitters.
So cool. I don't know all of them, but you've got a couple of gems, good friends of mine from the industry that have recently come on board with you. So I'm really excited for them and for you. And
thank you so much.
And that's amazing. And then, okay, so let's talk about the offering. It's TRC, Terri Ross Consulting, right?
Yep.
Has your primary offering is, I guess in a word, is consulting, right? But
it's two things. I mean, honestly, Max, truly, like I'm known for sales training. So even just in Q1 of this year, we have done 23 physical on-sites at practices. Like it's not scalable. It's right. But it's what people need to know how to do. And I'm like, even being here at shows, people can talk about, marketing and acquiring patients and, getting new equipment and all that KPIs till the cows come home. And I'm like, not if you don't know how to do it. Like if you can't convert call, if you can't convert callers, if you can't master the consultation practices wonder why they're not making money. So the offerings haven't changed. People retain us to do private consulting. And many have been with us for years, or sales training. That's really what we do.
Okay. The consulting obviously is embracive of sales training, but then can be so much more within the practice.
We
right?
full on audit. I'm like, look, it's like a diagnostic of the business. We open up the hood, we pick it apart. We write businesses like a formal business report, and it's like the Bible. It's everything we find that's wrong. I say all of the areas of opportunities for them to grow, and then basically work with them over the length of time to make those changes happen.
Amazing.
Yeah.
How are you thinking about AI in terms of sales training specifically? Are clients asking about it? Are they trying to use it? Do you think there's a way to bring it in, or should we stay away from it? What do you think about that?
No, I love that. And look, we're even as a company really trying to embrace Claude and co-op, and it is helping for sure. I am working on something. I don't want to say.
Okay, cool. That's exciting.
Where it's almost like a, talk with Terri kind of thing. Like a Google, like a chat.
I get it.
And I think something that will help, again, be able to reach more people in a scalable method.
Yeah.
And something that, these practices need, where it's just not taking up so much of my time flying around, or where we can't help as many people as we want.
Your wealth of information, all that experience, and if you can distill that into something that can help you scale that information out to people, that'd be huge.
Yes.
And then the other side of AI is actually people using AI to maybe do the sales. And candidly, so there's a number of ways to do it. We have a tool within our platform where there's a web chat, and that can be fueled with AI up to a point and then handed off to a human. You can train the AI on the practice.
Yeah.
So if they have a couple on the services that are provided, you can say, don't talk about price, or you can give price ranges. You can train it. And then if someone fills out the little web chat widget pops up on the bottom right-hand corner of your website, and they can have a conversation, get their questions answered, and even go into a booking.
So wait, that's part of your...
Yeah.
I didn't know. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's part of Growth Stack, and it's integrated into our websites, which are the same websites we've been building forever, but we've built an entire content management system, or essentially a website management system. Yeah. But with this platform, it takes you right in from that to the lead.
Incredible.
To, you can either book them right there, or if they don't book, you can make sure that your sales team has an easy pipeline to view the stages of each lead and move them through. So and then the third component of it is analytics to really see how that stuff's all working.
I mean, you guys have truly always been, a fan favorite for me, and on the cutting edge of, same as my belief, right? Helping practices, not just from a marketing perspective, but from an efficiency and, more importantly, driving revenue. Like, you're really helping them drive revenue, not just be a service, an agency. It's so much more than that. That's why I want to make sure I'm demoing, right, and making sure I understand it so I can tell all of our clients.
Yeah. We're remiss if we don't take that opportunity while you're here. I'll take you over here and I'll show you right after this. But one thing we looked at is there are technologies, and candidly, there are technologies that exist, and then we go find those that work and we bake them into our platform. And so we're not building this certain parts. Like there's voice AI. We've thought about incorporating. We wouldn't be building it from scratch. We'd be using models that exist. But I've seen people use ones that exist, and they're just like a little too so literally it will answer the phone, and it theoretically could book the person, but it just is so lacking a human element. It has a little lag on it too, which feels a little unnatural. Yeah. So I don't think we're there at all, at all.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, do you have clients who've tried to use those systems?
I do. And I think what happens is, because look, I'm all for efficiencies too. I think on the flip side, it's still such a human, high touch business that I personally struggle a little bit too, right? What is going to help a practice? And if I'm calling, how you can tell, even if you train it so well, there's a lag time, or they say the wrong thing. And then, when you call American Express and right, that shit just really pisses me off, right? Yeah. So I know it's here to stay. And I think people are going to have no choice but to embrace it. And I think where you would probably agree, it's just going to, the ability to train it in the right way, and for the right thing.
Yeah. And then just I guess the right word for it is this term that was coined, I think, by someone in the 70s called uncanny valley, which is that concept of when something is so close to human that it's actually it creates an eerie feeling, because it's so close that it's that you can tell it's not, and then it's scary. So all that uncanny valley stuff will have to go away, and the lag will have to go away. Yeah. But I don't know. I just was curious, because we're seeing more use cases for it in marketing. The next thing in the pipeline, it would then be sales, so to speak, and the workflow, marketing, then sales. Yeah. and then I guess delivery, whatever you want to call it after that, operations.
And I think on the front end of the funnel, it's fine.
Yeah.
But when I think of sales or in terms of even practices, private equities here, if they want a higher enterprise value, they have no choice but to, increase revenue and increase profitability. And the part that's always missing is like the consultation part, right? So these providers in the room can be amazing, but I think some of the recent stats just from GuidePoint is like, retention's only 52%, 23% don't get a treatment plan. So it's like, what are we really doing? So I think it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Yeah. I agree with you though. I would maintain that we need the human element. A little bit of at the very front end using some AI to help you. Hopefully you're driving so many leads you can't manage them, right? So AI is a little bit of AI assistance is better. But when it comes to the sale, I think the human touch is important.
So I have a question for you. This comes up too. Obviously, since I do a ton of training, ensuring that we qualify the caller, right? That someone is viable to come in. I can afford the services. I'm not just a looky-loo or a price shopper. What are your thoughts if we start to go to this movement of AI on the front end? Because they're not going to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's challenging, very challenging. Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, so we try to build this in different ways where people can do what makes sense for them. In theory, like the most efficient thing is they fill out a chat, they pop open the chat widget, they start asking questions, they get their answers, and then it says good book here, they pick a time, and they just show up. But we know it's oftentimes not quite that simple.
Right.
You can ask them for a deposit so that they're a little bit more likely, to show up.
Come in.
You can also say, book a time. We're going to reach out to you to confirm it though, which I think is nice. That's probably the hybrid that I like the most.
Yeah, I agree.
So it automatically gets put into the next lane for a human to then pick it up and then call them back. Just wanted to reconfirm. And I think that's probably what I like the most right now, because then you can still have a conversation with them, because a schedule that's entirely booked up with AI leaves you with a bit of, maybe a little bit of anxiety as to whether or not you're getting real appointments.
The right people, right, exactly.
And the right people, and they're going to show up and all those problems. So I think on social media, all the marketing gurus, the concept of complete AI automation is a little oversold. I think there's just some nice places where you can slot it in to assist us.
Yeah.
But we do need to bring back in pretty quickly, like we're saying here, pretty quickly need to bring in the human element of, hey, I saw you booked an appointment, wanted to make sure you don't have any other questions. I would also feel as a patient a little more comfortable knowing that.
Right. Someone's actually calling you back and you're just not some ghost. Yeah.
I might not know if I really want to show up or what, you know what I mean? So I think that's probably, but it's, it's built in a way where people can do what they want to do.
Yeah.
If they don't want to use the AI to book at all and just collect some information and say, great, we'll reach out to you. I can do that too. No booking, just the lead, and someone has to follow up.
So is this can people add this part onto so if you're their agency, if you're managing their site, is this something that they can add on?
Yes. You can add it on whether you're just a standard Influx client, which is our agency side of our business. This would be a subscription plan that we're now launched that you can also add it on to. I'll tell you, our agency clients, typically, it's just a lot of hand-holding to get them used to this concept, to have them feel confident that an AI is going to be answering questions, to train them. So it's just a slower evolution to get everyone using it, but it's there for people who want to use it. Absolutely. And it's actually surprisingly good.
Yeah.
At answering the questions and sticking to the training that you provided. If you do take the time to train it and tell it what the guardrails are.
Mm-hmm. How long do you think it really does take the training time? Like how long does that typically take?
I've noticed it takes a few months, because there's maybe things you didn't account for, and you go, oof, I wish it didn't say that. Candidly, that's true.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, please, set up a new rule. Let's not do that again. And after about 2 months or so, I've noticed that people are feeling like, okay, they can really set it to fly on its own.
Yeah. Amazing. So this is exciting. This is good stuff.
Yeah. So if people want it, thank you, Terri. And I appreciate you coming by and sitting down and talking with us. And I'd love to show you more about it.
Yeah.
What people want to hear more about your services?
Yeah.
Where
you
do
guys
they go?
Can go. Same. Terri Ross Consulting is the website. Same as my Instagram podcast. In touch with Terri. Yeah. And I love our time together. So thank you so much for this opportunity, honey.
Thank you so much for spending time. I know you're in demand here. So hopefully we'll have this out in the next few weeks before Boston, but I'll see you in Boston.
Can't wait.
Okay, we'll see you
Who's the boss? Terri Ross.
in
Let's
Boston.
sport the shirts.
Yes,
Bye, guys.
I promise you I'll be wearing it. All right, bye everyone. Thanks, Terri.